guys, welcome back to Motherload UK. Please excuse my bedraggled appearance today. It's Wednesday, I'm filming this on the day that you see it, hopefully it will be up tonight. But hump day has got me good. And we are now 37 weeks and 4 days pregnant. And I certainly feel that pregnant. So in my last update, I was 34 weeks, I believe, and I was talking about Lumi being sideways. Now, the big update I have right now is that she's no longer sideways. Yay! In my last midwife appointment, she had moved. She was head down. I think she said she wasn't engaged at all. She was probably still going to bob up and down a bit, and I think she probably still is now even. But she wasn't completely sideways. She wasn't in an oblique position. She was more head down. She was a little bit twisted, but she was definitely going in the right direction. So that is good. I do see my midwife again next week if I haven't already popped by then. So if we get that far, the window's open. Sorry if there's any background noise. It's too warm. Yes, I'm wearing a hoodie. Don't ask. If I get that far, I will update you guys obviously afterwards next week on my 38 weeks. But we are so close to having this baby now. I am exhausted. I'm exhausted and she's not even here yet. I'm really feeling far more pregnant now than I think I ever did when I was pregnant with Scout. I think I completely and utterly took that pregnancy for granted, because being pregnant and running around after a 4-year-old who doesn't start school for another week is just, it's something else. So like I said, I am 37 weeks and 4 days pregnant, and in the last few weeks it's been a bit of a roller coaster of emotions. My hormones have probably been verging on crazy lady. I've been very teary, but not over big important things, more like I've been crying over the fact that I want to clean but I don't have the energy to clean. I cooked dinner and then didn't want it. I wanted takeaway. That kind of silly thing that I've just been crying over a lot. I've also been crying over the fact that I'm tired a lot, but that's just because I don't deal well with being tired. Yay! We can't wait for newborn days. I think there's a difference between being tired when you've got a newborn baby and you're sleep deprived because you're up and you're feeding them and doing this, that and the other, and how I'm tired right now. I'm tired right now because I am sore and uncomfortable, and I think in a way it's worse because I'm sleeping. I'm certainly sleeping, but my quality of sleep is terrible because I'm uncomfortable. I'm tossing and turning all night, and then when I wake up in the morning, my back is in pieces, and it still is now. It still feels horrible, and I've been awake for hours. I think that kind of tired is almost worse than the newborn days kind of tired, because there's nothing worse than feeling achy and heavy and uncomfortable all day, knowing that when you go to sleep that night, you're probably not going to wake up feeling any better. Whereas at least with the newborn, you know, your chances of getting some sleep varies from night to night, and you might have a good night and then a bad night and then a good night. At the minute it's just a plateau of not so great nights. So that's really how I'm feeling at the minute, is just achy and large. I definitely still feel like she's going to come early. As much as I am 4 days into my 37th week, I feel like we'll be lucky if we make it to 40 at this point. I mean, sod's law, she'll be late like Scout was. She'll make me wait the extra 2 weeks and I'll end up being induced. But I feel so dragged down, and that sounds really weird, but I've had lots of like pinching and sharp pains in my cervix already. I have been cramping every single day for the past week. It started at the weekend, so not quite a week yet, but every morning I wake up and I have a good solid 2 hours of being very crampy, like heavy period. Doesn't have an up and down to it, so I know it's nothing like contractions coming, whereas with Scout and his labour, when I went into labour with Scout, that's how it started, but it definitely did the waves of a period pain and then it would go away, and then it would cramp again and then it would go away, whereas these are just like a constant cramping. So I kind of feel like hopefully it means that she's getting lower and lower and that my cervix is doing something, and that we're getting somewhere in way of progression. Because if I go into labour and if I take another like 3 days to get into active labour like I did with Scout, I'm gonna be very upset. I would like to get there quicker this time. I'd like the process to be a little bit faster. So I've had a lot of pinching and sharp pains and lightening crotch, as a lot of people explain it as, but I've also had a lot of backache. The days where she's a bit higher, sometimes I can feel that she's sitting higher because my ribs hurt, and those are the days where I just can't wear a bra. I think I mentioned that in my 34 weeks, because it just feels like extra pressure around my rib cage. But since she's moved, that pain is definitely a lot less, and a lot less often. For the most part, she feels a lot lower now, and I'm not getting the rib pain as much. I'm just getting backache instead. So it's like one or the other. I'm also wondering, I'll find out next week if she hasn't moved by then, but I'm also wondering whether she's currently back to back, because I'm feeling a heck of a lot of movements in the front of my stomach. I'm doing lots of hand movements down here, and you can't see anything because of the way I've set this camera up, sorry. Yeah, before she flipped, all the movements were like on my sides, whereas now I'm feeling a lot of ribs, a lot of like knee jabs and foot jabs up by my ribs. And yesterday I felt like a massive like whoosh of a knee across the front of my stomach, which if she wasn't back to back, I doubt I would be feeling that. It only happened once and it really took me off guard, but I felt it. So I'm wondering whether she's a little bit back to back at the minute, and she's hopefully gonna turn, because if I have to have another back to back labour, no thank you. Sorry, I'm just checking the time because I've got to go and get Scout soon. He's currently at a stay and play at school. He starts school officially on Monday, but he's currently at a stay and play with Liam for an hour today, and then he has a full day on Friday, but it's a full day classed as a visit, not his official first day, which doesn't really make sense to me, but anywho, I'm on a time limit today. So what else is there to update on? Heartburn is still my best friend. I'm still living on Rennie's. And oh, there's an update I haven't given you for a while. I weighed myself this morning, and I haven't been weighing myself religiously throughout this pregnancy. I kind of thought I would at the very beginning. I thought I would be very regimented and trying to keep it within a certain, you know, a certain weight gain, because with Scout I gained quite a bit of weight. And if you go back and watch my pregnancy updates with Scout, you can see like my lips blew up, my nose got swollen, my hands got swollen, not like a preeclampsia kind of swollen, just big and like carrying water, fat, swollen. I couldn't wear my rings way before this point in my pregnancy. I can't remember what week I took my rings off with Scout, but I'm still wearing my rings and they still go on and off pretty easily, so I'm quite impressed at that. But yeah, I felt huge with Scout, and I feel huge now, but I've only gained 20 pounds this whole pregnancy, and I can't see me really gaining a whole lot more, maybe a couple of pounds in the next 3 to 5 weeks. So in theory, I'm only going to have a maximum of 2 stone to get back to pre-pregnancy weight, which I'm not in a hurry to do at all. But I feel like it's going to be quite easy, because with Scout it dropped off really quickly. I was very lucky with Scout, and I also then continued to lose afterwards because I was breastfeeding. So maybe, hopefully, it'll happen this time around too, because all I have done this pregnancy is eaten crap food. Even though at the very beginning I said I wanted to be healthy and I wanted to stay active and this, all of that went out the window. That didn't happen. But I still only gained 20 pounds. And I tweeted about it this morning, and someone said it's probably because you've been running around after a toddler. And to be honest, yeah, that's probably it, because I have eaten terribly. We have eaten so much junk, but it just hasn't stuck as much. And thinking that I'm probably carrying a a 6-7 pound baby in my belly right now, plus placenta, plus waters, plus anything else that needs to come out. You know, that probably means I've only really gained about, what, 10 pounds of actual body weight ish. So quite impressed with that, quite happy. Sorry the lighting's changed, the sun's just gone behind a huge cloud. So yeah, that's where I'm at with weight gain. Even though I feel huge, I'm still generally wearing the same size clothes, just stretching them out a little bit. I'm living in stretchy trousers. I constantly look slightly homeless at the moment because my trousers have been worn on rotation so much that now everything is ripped, or like I've got holes in things that I've worn them that much, or I've stained them because I keep dropping things. Like my belly is just a shelf for things that I drop when I'm trying to eat or drink. So I've got a lot of stained tops. I'm gonna have to do a bit of a shop after I've had Lumi. So yeah, my body confidence isn't great at the moment just because I can't dress how I want to dress. And in turn, I'm not making much of an effort with my face at the moment. My hair was peachy pink and it has faded insanely, so I kind of need to do that. I want to do it before Lumi comes. So I'm gonna have to tackle that at some point. So my body image and my image has kind of suffered a lot, and I'm very much looking forward to getting back onto, like, back to feeling a bit more like me after having her. I think that's probably one thing that I'm really struggling with, apart from being uncomfortable and incredibly pregnant. The main thing I'm really struggling with mentally at the moment is the fact that I haven't got the energy to sit and put a face of makeup on, or I feel like even if I've put a face of makeup on, I don't look very nice because I'm wearing hoodies and wholly stretchy trousers, which I've worn for the last 6 to 8 weeks, you know? So I'm very much looking forward to maybe doing a little shop after she comes and feeling a little bit more like myself. Is there anything else to update you on at all? Oh, I did want to have a chat, little one, we'll try and keep this quick, about eyesight, because I started wearing glasses after having Scout, because during my pregnancy with Scout, my eyesight deteriorated quite badly, and it got to a point where I couldn't see things in the distance, like everything was blurry. But I'm thinking that it's gotten worse whilst being pregnant with Lumi as well, and I did mention this to my optician when I first got my glasses, and he said yes, that can happen during pregnancy. It's something that can just happen to anyone. But I want to know, has it happened to any of you guys? Am I just one of these people that gets pretty unlucky? I mean, I've not worn glasses since I was a kid, and my eyesight was always really pretty damn good, but since I've had children, I can't see anything, and I feel like I'm gonna have to make an optician's appointment after I've had Lumi to see if my prescription has changed, which would be unfortunate because I have about 4 pairs of glasses with this prescription. I like to change it up a bit, and glasses aren't cheap. So let me know, has pregnancy affected your eyesight at all? Because I'm quite interested to know how many people it actually affects, or whether it's just me. And I think that's it. I will show you the belly. I've got to go and get the boys in a minute. Like I said, really against time. I'm planning on next week's Wednesday video being Lumi's nursery. It isn't 100% finished, but I will mention what's missing and stuff when I do the tour. So I'm gonna get that filmed hopefully this evening if I can remember / have the energy. If not, I will do it on Friday, ready for next Wednesday because Scout's in school on Friday. But I'm gonna try and bulk film a couple of things. I have no idea how or when that cut off. So I will show you the belly and then I'll get off. Hope you guys are really well. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys at the weekend with a new weekly vlog. Bye. Okay, we're not standing on the bed today. We're standing beside the bed. But here is the belly. Again, I'm not wearing a bra today, sorry guys. But this is baby Lumi, 37 weeks and 4 days. I do feel like I'm still carrying very much in the front. I still have a tiny bit of waist left, but she's all there. And my stretch marks are having fun. These are all existing stretch marks from Scout, but they're definitely stretching out a bit more. That's my gallbladder scar, My scarf from my gallbladder surgery here isn't happy about my whole belly button being pushed out, but she is front and centre, and certainly I can feel it. So there's the belly, and we'll see you next week. Bye guys.